Welcome to a sneak peek into Beachbody coaching. My name is Carrie Letourneau, and I want to start off by sharing my story with you. A year ago, I was in a rough place, and I knew that something needed to change. I actually was encouraged by my doctor to take a stress leave, and for me, a person who is 1,000% into everything and really positive and wanting to give everything to everybody else, that was a really hard time for me. I was at a breaking point, at the heaviest I had ever been when I wasn't pregnant. And I was doing a really good job of taking care of everybody else. My two boys, who are 5 and 3, and my husband, but I was doing a really poor job of taking care of myself. And if there's anything that I've learned is that if the mom isn't okay, everything else isn't going to be okay for very long. I knew I needed a change. Now, in that month off, it took me 2 weeks to even be okay with being away from my job, which was very intense and awesome, but taking a lot out of me as well. I did some pausing, some stopping, some sleeping, novel thought, and I also did some counseling. And during that counseling time, there was some words that came up, and it was encouraged to me to think and be conscious of how my thinking, my feeling, and my doing were connected. Hard thing to do. It's okay to think about something and know that it's okay, but you may feel like it's horrible, but your actions are still carrying it out. But until those three things were all in line, it was a really hard time for me. And I knew I needed to take control of something that was going to be for me. So on Facebook, social media, my coach at the time, now my coach Janelle, she wasn't my coach yet. She was just a person that was connected through my husband who was making all these posts about Beachbody, and Beachbody was not new to me. I was very familiar with P90X, and I knew that it was a great program and et cetera, but there was something about the 90 part of the P90X that threw me, and I just couldn't commit in my brain to 90 days of anything. I needed something shorter. She was offering 5-day challenge groups. 5 days. I can handle 5 days. 25 minutes of exercise. I could do that. And was also encouraging things like, drinking water. Novel thought. And although I knew these things as an athlete, I have a history of being a competitive swimmer and a very active person. I had totally forgot about spending time and energy into doing these sorts of things. So I joined her challenge groups. These little 5-day challenge groups, they were free. I didn't have to do anything extra or buy anything. And all she was doing was encouraging me and the other people in our group to just be conscious of our energy, be conscious of our exercise, be conscious of our food, and all of those pieces that all play into wellness. So time passes, and I hadn't really dove into anything yet, and my birthday came. My husband, in all of his awesomeness, decided to put together a video and had a whole mishmash of people in my life send a video saying happy birthday to me, and he spent a lot of hours putting it together into a movie and shared it with me for my birthday as a birthday present. It was so overwhelming to have all these people that I know and love saying happy birthday to me and why they loved me, and it was a lot of filling my bucket, which was uncomfortable but so amazing at the same time. What he also did, though, is while I was watching that video, he videotaped me to catch my reactions for receiving that gift. And after the fact, I watched that, me watching the video, and I bawled. I bawled because I didn't know who that girl was. Looking at myself, I didn't even recognize who I was. And I knew that I needed to change something. I didn't like who I saw in that video. I knew my heart was okay, but I didn't know who that person was watching that video. So I dove in. I messaged Janelle and I said, that's it, I need to do something. Give me some suggestions. And so she gave me a whole list of different options, different programs that would be okay for me or suggested to me. And the one that resonated the most, because of the components that it included, was the 21-day fix. It is honestly the best $200 I've ever spent on myself. It included the portioning containers, half-an-hour workouts, which I could totally do. I had practiced in her 5-day challenge groups, and the Shakeology, which, cheers, has become a part of my life, part of my day, and it is so rejuvenating to have that a part of my diet. I saw and I felt the value in Shakeology, And I stuck to the program to a T through my first 21 days. And I found out that I could save money by signing up as a coach throughout this process and throughout my 21 days, which was intense, but I stuck to it. I lost 15 pounds in my first 3 weeks, which I had it to lose. I was expecting that, and I knew my system was happier for it. And I was hooked, honestly hooked. Here's the thing. After 21 days, losing 15 pounds, drinking Shakeology, investing in my health, I needed to continue. I had become a billboard for BeachBody and for the 21-day fix. It kept coming off of me, the weight. The positive energy kept coming into me. My awareness for what I was feeding my family continued to grow. We all started eating better. The habits in our house changed. Everything was positive coming out of this experience. From my first round to now, I have lost a total of 45 pounds, and I have gained so much awesomeness that I can't even begin to tell you the positive aspects that coaching has added. Yes, it's work. Yes, it's energy out, but it's also energy in. There's accountability. I'm running challenge groups. I get to be connected with awesome people who are looking for motivation. The other piece of it too is that it's keeping me motivated. It's keeping me consistent, and I'm able to be authentic and share my journey. It's not perfect. There are days that I don't want to do the exercise piece and that I totally have 2 pieces of chocolate, but I savor those moments. And I'm like, okay, Carrie, get your shit together and let's keep going. We need to keep pushing through. So I encourage you throughout this time to be open to the idea of how coaching could add benefit to your life. It has obviously added positively with my connections to people, but it has also added financially to my house in a way that I was not expecting. But because I was sharing my journey, I've been inspiring other people. And those other people have become a part of my circle, and we are doing this together. We have built community out of coaching. And that's the piece of Beachbody that I completely love, is that it is normal people, just like me, sharing what they're doing and sharing their adventure with fitness to motivate other people. I'm honored to have you here. I'm honored to be your coach. And I'm looking forward to sharing more of this coaching adventure with you. Thank you again for joining us.